to our memories now. Allah says, "Wadhkur fi kitab Idris." Remember in the book the story of Idris. The meaning of Idris is from the word dars. Dars means lesson. The place where we learn lesson is called madrasa. Madrasa, from the word dars. Lesson or topic to learn or things to learn or things to write, because Idris was the name given to that particular prophet because he was among the first people to ever write something down. So his name was Idris, from the word dars and madrasa. You don't need to understand Arabic. You see everything goes hand in hand. Idris, madrasa or dars, because he was among those who wrote something down as a matter of dars, to teach people so that they can remember their Lord. Allah said, "Wadhkur fil kitab Idris." Remember the story of Idris in the book. Innahu kana siddiqan nabiyya. And Allah started telling us the kind of person he was. He was truthful, he was a messenger of Allah, he was a prophet of Almighty Allah. Wa rafa'nahu makanan aliyya. Allah elevated him to a very high position in life. Your memory of the stories of people that have passed will give you an idea of what happened to them and where they ended, where they started from, how they lived their lives, and how they ended their lives. You are able to see their own 3 days, yesterday, today, and their tomorrow. Allah will compress them for you in a story in the Quran. And how many more stories can you think about? Plenty, a lot of stories, including the stories of the people who came before some people, generations and generations. Yesterday's generation and today's generation, much previous generation. Allah will be referring to some people, Irama dhatil imad, allati lam yukhlaq mithluha fil bilad. Who can remind me of the beginning of that surah? Can anybody remember? Wa fir'auna dhil awtad, alladhina taghaw fil bilad, fa aktharu fiha al fasad, fa sabba alayhim rabbuka sawta adhab. Inna rabbaka labil mirsad. I really want to remember it from the beginning. It's a very sweet surah. It's Surah Al-Fajr. Wal Fajr wa layalin ash wa shaf. What is it? Is it? Now, Wal Fajr wa layalin ash wa shaf'i wal wat wal layli idha yasr. Hal fi dhalika qasamul lidhi hijr. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi'ad. Yes, that's what I like. إرم ذات العماد التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد وثمود الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد. It's a very beautiful surah. I wish I could remember it very well. But you see, Allah is referring those stories of those people to you, including those that Allah never created their types. And Allah will not repeat their types again. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar Kabira. Please, the reason why all these stories are mentioned is so that our memories can be refreshed, so that we know what happened to the people of the past, and we can be able to project, if you follow their way, what is going to happen to you too. If you follow their path, you will reach where they reached. If you deviate, you will not reach where they reached. Then we see stories of prophets who are fathers of generations of righteousness. Take it from Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Who was the brother of Musa? Harun. And who was the father of Musa and Harun? Some people say it is Imran, the one that we call Ali Imran when we are referring to them in the Quran. Ali Imran, the household of Imran. They say it is from Musa and Harun. The generations of Musa, we didn't hear much about them after Musa left. But the generation of Harun are those ones who continued until it got to Maryam. And then Maryam gave birth to Isa. And that's why Maryam was referred to as a member of the household of Imran, as one of the members of the great generations of Imran. These stories tell us how people of greatness left greatness for the generations after them. You read something about Anabi Dawood, alayhi salatu wasalam, and then you read something about Suleiman that came after him as his son. You read story of somebody like Yaqub. Yaqub who happened to be a great descendant of Ishaq. And after Yaqub, you talk about Yusuf, Bunyamin, and the other generation, the other 10 brothers. After Yusuf, the story kind of stopped a bit. Don't forget that Yusuf went to a place where they sold him as slave, and he became an important personality there. He remained there, and his brothers and his people came to meet him there. That place is a place like Egypt. And it was his own great-grandchildren, the generations of the Yusuf's people, were the same people that Pharaoh came to take as slaves. After so many years, he felt, who are these ones? We don't know them. They came from somewhere. They are not part of us here. So he took them as slaves. And then Musa, alayhi salatu wasalam, now came again to rescue them from the hands of Pharaoh. You get to see those who are righteous amongst them, what they met with, and those who are not righteous amongst the people they interacted with, what they also met with. You learn these stories to refreshing your memories. And what are those stories supposed to do for you? They are supposed to make you also think, what is your own memory also going to be like?